Welcome and thanks for joining us on Real Investment News for your mid-afternoon market report. I'm your host, Scarlett Fakar. Today we want to talk about this wild week in the markets. Jon Coumarianos, our analyst for Real Investment Advice, recently wrote an article on what is driving the markets so darn crazy. First, after making history by posting gains every single month in 2017 and jumping 6% in January, the stock market is now getting the hiccups. The S&P 500 index plunged from a high of nearly 2,900 on January 26 to a low of 2,650 this week. That's a drop of nearly 8% before, and it is still struggling to find its feet. What is to blame? Coumarianos is pointing the finger at interest rates. He notes how global central banks, which lowered rates a decade ago because of the financial crisis, are now raising them as economies get stronger. But that increases the yields on bonds, which then start becoming more attractive to investors. For example, 10-year Treasury bonds were below 2.5% from March through December of last year, but they climbed in January. They are now around 2.8%, and you see that drop in the S&P 500 around the same time, this blue line here. The yield on the shorter-term 2-year Treasury also had a blistering run, going from 1.5% last September to 2.1% now. Coumarianos also believe wages may be driving the market crazy. Last week, we reported hourly wages increased by 2.9%. Some economists worry that these higher wages will lead to inflation as businesses pass the bigger expenses on to consumers. Others believe business owners will just let the higher wages cut into their profits. Either way, investors don't like it. So when President Trump complains on Twitter how when good news is reported, the stock market goes down, he may have a point. Rising interest rates and rising wages may sound good, but they can have a painful effect on the market. Jon has more details in his report on realinvestmentadvice.com, and of course you can find more video breakdowns from our experts here in the newsroom on realinvestmentnews.com. We'll see you back for our market close in the Real Investment Hour, 6 p.m. on realinvestmentadvice.com, our Facebook and Twitter page. We're live there. Go check it out, guys. We'll see you soon.